while for that first test, not and for it to go like that. What are your emotions?
Yeah, I'm super happy. It was, when you say waiting a while, did you mean like having my pads on waiting to bat? Or? Yeah, that was a long time. Yeah, just really happy. Probably hasn't sunk in yet, but yeah, nice to put the team in a really strong position.
Saw you give Alex Carey a bit of a hug there. Obviously, you guys would have had a lot to do with each other the last little bit. What was he saying to you in that moment?
Not too much. Kez doesn't really talk too much when he's batting, but he was just sort of along the lines of "keep going, mate." Yeah, just really keep building that partnership, and yeah, it was nice to share that moment with him.
Josh, not to sound creepy, but I had an eye on your parents while you went from the 90s to your 100s, and they were riding every moment, both of them leading in when they thought it was almost there. And your dad got really emotional before when you got the Baggy Green. Like, how much of a part have they played? And just seeing them so emotional must have meant a lot to you as well. Yeah,
Dad's had a fair bit of airtime over the last few days. I think he's been putting his hand up for interviews and stuff like that, so that's been pretty funny to see. But yeah, it's really special to have them here to sort of share this moment with them. Megan and Oscar as well. It's a lot of they've made so many sacrifices for me personally, moving their whole life from England to Perth in 2010, and yeah, I can't thank them enough, and I definitely wouldn't be here without what they've done for me. So yeah, obviously love them to bits, and it was nice to see Dad carrying on and smacking the glass when when I got to 3 figures.
And just on your innings, it's obvious you walked out to bat when you already had a lot of runs on the board, but just the impetus you showed with your feet and with your hands against spin, does that come from your experience of having played in the subcontinent, even if it is other formats?
Yeah, obviously having played in the subcontinent helps, because you've got experience to look back on, and it's just something we work on. I think the training camp we had in Dubai was really key. Just being able to sort of work out, everyone's having their own individual plans and working out what that looks like, and then it's about doing it and sticking to it for as long as you can. And I think we've seen a lot of the guys had clear plans throughout our whole batting innings, and yeah, played really well.
Remember? Josh, you've been around those big groups for a while, like Ashes tours and the Summit, that you were sort of earmarked for this tour because of the way you play spin. Did you feel like when you tweaked that calf muscle in Melbourne that it all might go pear-shaped?
I probably hadn't thought that far ahead. It wasn't too bad, so I wasn't worried. And when the scans came back and I knew it was only going to be a couple of weeks, yeah, it was just about getting my head down, getting my rehab stuff done properly at home. It was actually pretty nice it was rare to have 3 weeks at home and over a busy summer, so I think that helped, getting some time in the nets, working hard on what my plans would look like for this tour, and yeah, it's nice that the calf's feeling good and holding up.
I spoke to Swampy briefly, although obviously he presented the cap, but he was very quick to point out that the last now 4 blokes who scored 100 on that move for Australia have all been West Australians. Is there something to that, do you think?
I don't know. I think Hetty said earlier, Swamp's 2 out of 3 hundreds on debut with caps he's presented. I think Mitch missed out. But, yeah, I was super pumped to have Swamp do my cap presentation. I've obviously known him a long time, and I've learned a lot from him over the years, so it was really nice to have him do that.
Rambo sort of touched on the journey. Have there been any stages along the journey that you thought you were very close to getting the Baggy Green previously, and also when did you find out this time, and how did you find out you were going to get it?
I think whenever you're in the squad, you're always close. I mean, there's so much cricket played these days. You're only an injury away from playing, so there's definitely been times over the last few years where I've sort of been in and around the squad, and all it takes is an injury and you're in. So just preparing to play whenever you are there. Sorry, what was the second half of the question?
When did you find out this time that you were in for sure?
Dodd, actually. I was in my hotel room. I got a knock at the door, and it was a couple of days before I sort of knew. I was like, oh, this could be Dodd. I think the cleaners have already been, so I think this is Dodd. And Megan was in the room with Oscar, and I went out to the hallway, and he told me, and yeah, it was really nice moment. Ran in like a kid on Christmas morning to Megan and told her the good news, so it was nice.
Josh, one guy who you had a bit to do with back in 2021 was Shane Warne at the London Spirit, and he was a very vocal advocate for you and your ability as an all-format player a few years back. Like, can you talk a bit about the time you got to spend with him, and I suppose what it was like to have that kind of backing at that stage?
Yeah, I mean, it's always nice to hear nice words about you from people that have done so much in the game. So yeah, I love my time with Warne. He was a very good coach, full of stories, as you can imagine, and yeah, he offered a hell of a lot from a coaching perspective, and yeah, I really enjoyed his company and his time over there.
And Usman told us yesterday that there are a few jokes in the huddle about the Yorkshire thing, like,
What's the Yorkshire thing?
Well, about having a background outside of Australia as he does. But yeah, like, does that still? I mean, it obviously came up there, but does it still come up from time to time in conversation, in jokes, etc.?
Yeah, all the time. Whenever we play England, and everyone asks me what anthem I'm going to sing, that's a good one. Yeah, it does come up a lot, but obviously you can't choose where you're born, and it's just one of those things. It's part of my story, and yeah, I think the gags will always hang around.
And just lastly from me, was there when George Bailey spoke about you at the start of the summer, he said that one of the things that they liked about you was the ability to shift between formats quite seamlessly, or you found a way to do that. Can you just talk about, I suppose, that, and I suppose whether in the way you played in spinning conditions out here, whether, I guess, both, some of your white ball skills, your red ball skills kind of working together?
Yeah, I definitely feel like in this part of the world, when the wickets are spinning, you've got to be proactive, and sort of the shots that you see, a lot of guys playing sweeps, reverse sweeps, using their feet, you see in white ball cricket. So I guess the skills are transferable. I just tried to be really proactive and put the bowlers under pressure when I could, and just try to get down the other end. It's the easiest place to be. I felt like if you get stuck down one end for 4 to 6 balls, you might have a ball with your name on it. So just really trying to rotate strike as much as I could.
Great, thanks for all. Last one, Tom.
Josh, just take us through that start in the field as well. It's been perfect so far for Australia, and for Australia to be 6 for 650, and they're already 3 for that. Just take us through that start.
Yeah, it was a brilliant start. I think it always helps when they've obviously been out in the field for a long time, so they'll have heavy legs. So to start the way we did is always nice, just to nick 3 there. Obviously, to win the game, we're probably looking at another 2-3 days in the dirt. So to chip away at a few tonight is really nice. Yeah, hopefully more of the same tomorrow.
2 more, one there.
Yeah, just on that, like, what does tomorrow ideally look like for you guys? Do you think about something like a follow-on, or how does that sort of all play out ideally, do you think?
Yeah, all out in the first session would be nice. Yeah, I guess we'll see. I think the wicket's obviously starting to take a bit more spin now. It's wearing, so yeah, hopefully start well, take a couple early, and you never know.
Just on how would you describe the wicket overall? How was it playing when you were batting?
It's pretty good. I think we spoke about just trying to play the straight ball, and if it beats your outside edge, so be it. I think that was the one that was going to get you out, so I was sort of focusing on that and just trying to use my sweeps to one, get off strike, but yeah, to not get stuck defending all the time. I feel like that's where you're going to get caught at bat pad or miss a straight one or something like that.
Great, thanks guys.
Thanks.
Thank you.